Wow.
And welcome everyone to another episode of Gas Sports for the Culture. It's your host for today, Dimelo Ragu. And before I start off the show, I just want to say thank you to the judges for messing up the trilogy for Holloway. Got robbed this weekend. But let's start off the show with my guy in the bottom left corner.
Y'all know who it is, man. T Boogie, Twitter, IG, follow me. Hey, we cooking up, man. Cooking up. If you're here, stay for the whole show, man. It's a good one, man. That last segment's something special. Hey, wash your hands, wash your ass as always. Stay clean out there.
And my guy in the top left.
What it do? Scruff Lion. Y'all know what it do. Gas, sports for the culture. We ready. Don't get caught in the entanglement. Make sure y'all getting ready. Y'all paying attention. Don't pay attention. Don't forget what's really going on. Black Lives Matter. Make sure y'all keep applying that pressure, like I said, man.
And my main man up top.
Y'all know what it is, man. At Bryce XXV double I, aka Mr. Big Leaguer, aka Mr. Miyagi himself. Let's get it.
All right, guys. We're like less than 2 weeks away from the start of the NBA season, and as well as for the baseball season, where now we have players testing positive for COVID-19, heading over to the bubble. Two big stars. We're talking about Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Reasons why we were never told until recently that those two players didn't go with the team at first. They end up being positive for COVID. Fellas, how do you feel about the bubble now? And right before the start of the season, go ahead, Nick.
Honestly, I'm a little concerned. It's not good. It's not good for the Rockets. The Rockets wasn't really gonna go nowhere anyway. No other respect. It wasn't now they're really not gonna go nowhere. But I mean, ultimately he's gonna be all right. He's probably gonna be back before the season, so it's not gonna be a big deal. But I mean, it's like we said. Ultimately, this thing moving forward, hey, some people might get sick. That's something that's gonna happen. But yeah, it's a little troubling. Numbers are spiking right now in Florida, so I mean, we gotta see what happens. The NBA is basically gonna be the work in progress of how sports are gonna move forward. So we'll all be watching for sure. I'm curious to see how it folds out.
All right, team, your opinion on this with these two big stars?
I mean, I kind of expected this. It's kind of exactly what the bubble was meant to do. Isolate those guys that do test positive. And like Scruff said, this is going to be the blueprint for every other league to follow. I mean, if you can find a way to make it work in Florida, where the cases are spiking again, where they are shutting things down again, then the other sports, that gives them a better outlook, a brighter outlook. So I'm not too concerned about it. They're going to be back. They're not going to miss any games. So far, so good, I'd say. Kind of.
Let's hope everything's go straight. But Bryce, what's your opinion on these?
Man, I got a lot of opinions on this because on one hand, like the fellas, man, I feel like they starting to prove that we can work this sports thing out somehow. But on the other hand, man, it's like, damn, we really about to put all these people at risk of a virus that could possibly kill them. Don't get me wrong. I know, a lot of NBA players not in the at-risk demographic, but at the same time, their families are. So we're telling guys you can't see your families for months. And, I don't know, man. I'm starting to really wonder, is it all worth it? I feel like it's twofold because, yeah, sports can be that thing that pulls that pulls everybody together, that gets everybody feeling like some sort of normalcy. But on the other hand, is it worth the risk? And if we're not asking ourselves that, we're just proceeding without examining the risk. I think we're doing an injustice and a disservice to all the players out there, man. Because come on, man, these guys, like at the end of the day, man, if my job told me right now, hey, look, Bryce, we're going to put you in the bubble. We're going to pay you the same amount. Matter of fact, you're going to get a little bit less money. We're going to pay you around the same amount. And that food that you're going to be eating is going to be a lot worse than what you're used to. I ain't going in that damn bubble. I'm going to let you know that right now. So I appreciate the players for doing this. And I hope that other people can appreciate them for providing this sense of normalcy again.
Hey, talking about the food situation, you have players that stepped out the bubble just to have delivery, like Rashad Holmes, when he ordered takeout. I don't know exactly from what location. I'm personally kind of guy I wasn't with giving a silver spoon, so peanut butter jelly sandwich was good enough for me. I had no problems. Those nasty pizza slices on a Friday was just good enough. But you fellas, T, tell me your opinion about the food. Would you complain, or would you step out and try to order some food? I mean, you're at Disney, but tell me.
I mean, me myself, uh, I probably wouldn't have tried to step out there. I mean, I, he was wrong, man. I'm gonna say wrong because his mother said he wrong. His mother said you don't cross that line unless it's for my cooking. So you know what I'm saying? Him knowing that, he should have stayed in there. But on a serious note, with the food, basically, I think it takes guys back to a place when they were like in college, things like that, where you couldn't really get. They're in a dorm environment, like you couldn't really get top-notch food, and except the guys that's been pro most of their lives out of high school, which is rare now. It's just a throwback to what they should be, you know what I'm saying, should have been used to at one point. So I don't really care for all the crying and stuff. I know you're going to get that. You got guys making 30, 40 million a year and personal chefs, and they're not getting what look like hospital food. But I saw PJ Tucker today, and he had lobster, he had the surf and turf going on. It looked like maybe they were saving the good meals for later on, you know what I'm saying, giving them the terrible food up front when everybody was quarantining. But
every terrible food establishment has a, okay, we got, this is our, big, King Neptune night for all my Rutgers heads. You feel me? Where they pulling out the seafood and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But nah, the food, man, the catch, man, if you was coming right if it was me and I was in the NBA, I'm coming right. I'm gonna have some food prepped. I'm gonna have some stuff with me. They couldn't bring no food with them, whatever. Like, or just stop, you just gotta do what you gotta do, man, through the bubble. You feel me? But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, you know what I'm saying, how the rest of that plays out, you know what I'm saying? Because dude's already complaining, so we'll see when it gets into it.
Man, I don't know, man. I feel like on one hand I feel y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because the food should be a small thing, right? And G, I feel you, man. PB and J. You feel me? But like, what if you had to go from PB and J to sardines? Are you ready? Are you ready for that? You know what I'm saying? What if you had to go from PB and J to mayo sandwiches? Are you ready for a mayo sandwich? I don't know. That's a lot different than a PB and J, man. And all I'm saying is you got these guys that's on top of their game in every way, including the monetary department. So they eating good every night. It's big shrimps. You know what I'm saying? Steak that cut like butter.
Jumbo shrimps,
It's jumbo
A1
shrimp
steak
and
sauce.
I'm talking about colossal, man, and steak that cut like butter. So you said the meals I saw look like a spirit flight, and they don't even serve food. You know what I'm saying? Like, them meals looking subpar to say the least. I could cook that in my air fryer. Matter of fact, that chicken they had like somebody boiled it. It didn't even look fried or grilled, like boiled chicken, man. I don't know, man. Like, I feel Rashawn Holmes. I might have had to break the bubble if my food was looking like that, just to keep it a bean, man.
At that point, it sounds more like a chef problem and a catering company. They got to get that together, especially if you're Walt Disney. Come on now. You're like one of the best amusement parks in the world, especially you're in Florida. I'm sure the NBA would have thought about it. Hey, let's pay these guys a little bit more for this service, especially we have King James coming through.
Yeah, LeBron's not eating that food, man. LeBron got different plates, different steaks, man. You think LeBron eating the same food as Mike Beasley? It's no way. Who actually left the bubble. So maybe Mike is eating the same food as LeBron.
All right, fellas. So all of this situation, now we have the NFL's trying to do something before the start of the season when it comes to new visors by Oakley to prevent the spread of COVID while playing on the field. You guys think that's the best measure so far, or just step one to multiple changes and what we're going to see in their uniforms? And would you buy those for your kids if they're playing football this year as well?
I'm gonna jump in.
Bro. Yeah, you're a father, T. Go ahead, let me know.
Yeah, I got a 6-year-old. He's playing football, playing tackle football, and if that visor was available for youth sports, I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I mean, just the pure optics of it gives you a sense of security. I don't know if it works. It reminds me of a hockey visor, and I think it might fog up a bit out there. Who knows what will happen if you're playing in a situation where it's humid and there's a lot of rain. But I think it's a step in the right direction. And just like any rule that is implemented at your job, whether you like it or not, you're going to do it if they say do it.
Yeah,
Hey,
T, you made a
Bryce.
good point with that fogging thing, man. Because I'll tell you one thing, dog. I went paintballing a couple times, man, and you got the goggles on and everything like that. Feel me? Sweating, it's very easy to be fogged up, man. Yeah, I'm out here getting lit up. You know what I'm saying? Sprayed down because of the fog. So I can only imagine
Woo!
being a running back or being in the trenches, going toe to toe in a situation, and you lose your vision. Like, that's costly. So that's very interesting. You're all fogged up. You know what I'm saying? You in the trenches, big play, receiver, for the game, and your visor fogged up. Nah, we gonna have to make sure that don't happen.
It's a fogged up
Yeah,
situation, man.
now that is a good point, man. Both of y'all make, man. And I think you hit the nail on the head, man. It's a step in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I think when all these leagues were coming out, I really felt like the NFL was the one doing the least to combat coronavirus. The NFL had their bubble idea. The MLB cut their games to 60. NFL looked around and said, training camp, full season, it's a go. And it's crazy if you think about it like that. They had the least precautions taken, but they may be the league that exchanges the most DNA between individuals while on the playing surface. And they got to do something, man. I think this is just the beginning. I mean, this visor, I think, has to happen, but I think there's got to be other precautions taken in the NFL. I mean, you're talking about guys are literally, I mean, think about like dog piles in football. Just imagine how many germs are spread in something like that. So they got to be taking the necessary precautions. And I think if they do, honestly, if they do what's right, this visor is only the beginning to the precautions that will be taken.
So when it comes to this visors, right, situation with NFL, what other improvements in the uniforms you think are going to be necessary? Right now we're talking about probably every player on the field will be mandated to wear gloves now. You got position players they normally don't wear gloves.
Right.
I think that'll be the next step when it comes to this whole COVID situation in the NFL. The visor is a good way because you got saliva and sweat flying from your face, but now hands, right? Because hands touches everything. So the next best thing the NFL could do is mandate gloves. So now imagine quarterbacks that don't normally wear gloves are being forced to throw with gloves.
Hey, it'd be advantage to all the quarterbacks that are throwing with gloves on. I can't really think of nobody.
Bridgewater, Teddy, 2 gloves. Bridgewater's a glove thrower.
Hey.
Guys with small hands, needed for the grip. It is what it is.
Remember that commercial back in the day? My man had the little hands. He couldn't grip the burger.
Yeah, the Burger King little hand, the T-Rex joints.
Classic.
Nah, but I think this thing's gonna end up with the NFL being, like you said, they really want to just stick to what their product is, and I think they're gonna come out and say, our players sign waivers, our fans are gonna sign waivers. If you want to take the risk, take the risk. And I mean, they'll have to deal with state laws and different jurisdictions. But I think at the end of the day, they're going to try to keep it as close to their original, sport. Let's keep it as pure as possible. They'll do little things and make them optional. Because even that face mask, we saw Antonio Brown complaining about a helmet. Like, these guys are, superstitious. They're traditional. They're creatures of habit. I don't really think it's feasible, but just introducing it is the right choice. And the gloves situation is another one that they can run by the public for optics and say, yeah, we're recommending everyone wear gloves, but everybody's not gonna wear gloves.
Facts. I mean, and then you got to think about, even with the gloves, man. I don't know how much germs that really prevents in a game like football. You know what I'm saying? I feel like them saying the
every drive.
Yeah, that's more exactly, man. That's more of a thing for show than anything. If they want to get serious, man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see some Bammers with some pressure washers on the sideline, spraying them down with the antibacterial, man, because it's football, man. Like, it's unavoidable. At the end of the day, I think we all coming to the same conclusion that the spread of germs in this sport of football is unavoidable. So you either ask your players to take the risk of catching COVID or you're not. And if football is that important to American society, which I think it'll prove to be, we're going to see some brothers taking some risks.
How would you feel about Drew Brees spraying down black athletes with a water hose?
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
I'm just,
Wow, I really can't take that out my head visual now. Wow,
I mean,
wow.
we can't be spraying players on the sideline. That's all I really mean by that.
Yeah, I'm just no. That was just literally, that was just hypothetical, man.
I know.
I'm serious about that, but I'm just saying, like, it's unavoidable in football, man. If they think they're going to avoid it, they're kidding themselves. So they at this point, the NFL would be smart to me to accept the risk. Stop acting like it's not there. Get out in front of it and maybe offer your employees some hazard pay. At the end of the day, they're taking a risk. Like when people started going back to work, these big companies were giving their employees hazard pay. You know what I'm saying? And I get it.
Not all.
NFL players are making millions, right? End of the day, that's what they're worth to their company. That doesn't mean they shouldn't still get more for taking a bigger risk.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. But my thing now would be, right, why not do a bubble? Like, why not do a bubble for each team? Like, there's only 16 weeks, right? We're talking about, and if you're extending the playoffs, why not just have those players quarantine those facilities? Instead of going back home, because talking about too, like we have NFL players, like a couple of those guys, those old linemen and defensive linemen, pretty close to obesity and probably have diabetes or two, so they're coming in with like some
That's a
kind of
fact.
first conditionaries where like a lot. That was a big thing when COVID came out. Like a lot of people that end up dying because they had conditions prior to COVID, which just blew up even more because of COVID. I
What
believe
they
they should
say,
take a look at that.
if you lose your left tackle to COVID and diabetes, I'm pretty sure they'll say next man up, man. That's the NFL. I mean, no.
Capitalism, baby, you gotta love it.
Look, people have died on the field in football, and the sport keeps going. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's the reality of it. Outside of like martial arts and boxing and combat sports, football is the one where you're taking that huge risk every single time. So I think for the players, it's just another risk, and they'll do it. It's just trying to keep the fans happy. The fans don't want Tom Brady to have COVID or Dak, and then you got to play Andy Dalton. That might be the good part. You got to use your entire roster. Gotta get the COVID, man. You're on your second kicker. Hey, but I want to keep it on football because with sports on pause, esports are huge right now, booming. Madden just came out with brand new ratings for 2021. Some people are excited, some people are disappointed. I'm on the fence, but they dropped the Madden ratings for the quarterbacks. And the top 10, I'm gonna just read them all. Mahomes is a 99 overall, which I think makes sense to most people. Russ, 97 overall. Lamar Jackson, 94 overall. Drew Brees, your boy Drew Brees, man, still doing it, I guess, 93 overall. This one was really debated on Twitter. Tom Brady at a 90 overall. Aaron Rodgers, 89. And this was the biggest debate here. Matt Ryan at 87 over top of Deshaun Watson at an 86 overall. I'm going to get your thoughts on these two, but let me finish the last two. Dak at 84. Wentz at 84. Two NFC East guys. So what are you guys' thoughts overall, but in particular, the whole Ryan and Watson, 86 and 87. Jumbo, baby, go get it.
Hey, I don't think.
Go ahead.
Who won it?
Go ahead. Watson got disrespected, man, a little bit. 86 overall, bro. Personally, honestly, I think that's a vast understatement because I think personally I could rank him as high as like a 90, at least a 90. You know what I'm saying? But maybe even like a 93. But maybe that's being friendly. But he got a little. They paid homage to the old heads, with them ratings with Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Some people say Aaron Rodgers it was low rating. I don't know. I think it was just about right. Man. Yeah, I think everything else sounded right. The rest of they got the quarterbacks right for the most part, except for Watson. Watson got disrespected.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think. You know what I base it off? I base it off the rankings that they gave. You know what I mean? When I look and I see Pat Mahomes at 99, so that's what I'm basing everything off of. I'm not going to say any player deserves to be a certain ranking because that's all subjective. But once you see the other rankings of other players, then you can start making comparisons. If we making comparisons, man, Matt Ryan Matt Ryan? What? 87? Are you serious?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just basing that off the fact that the guys around him. You know what I mean? You got both Carson. You got Carson Wentz below him, Deshaun Watson below him. I mean, the list goes on. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see that Matt Ryan as a top 5 quarterback or even in that realm anymore. But I guess some people do. Some people do, and I can't be mad at subjective rankings. I found it interesting that both the NFC East guys were both right there at 84 overall, kind of waiting for one of them to prove themselves this season and rise above the other. Deshaun Watson, 86. I don't know. I do think they sold him short a little bit, but then again, that's only based off Matt Ryan at 87. But I think we also had some interesting development within those running back rankings. I think those running back rankings showed a few things that I was projecting, man. We spoke about this, fellas, about the top running backs in the league. And some were surprised to see Derrick Henry in that number 2 spot. But y'all know how I feel. I think he's the best RB in the league right now. I thought he should have been number 1. I thought Christian McCaffrey getting a 99. It's a little outrageous to me. I know he's a great player. He's on the GOAT trajectory, but he doesn't have the W's that I think you need to have to be a 99 overall.
I mean, solid point. What you think, G?
Christian McCaffrey, I don't know, bro, because to me, Christian McCaffrey based on last season, he was the best running back in the NFL, right? Can we say that?
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So I'm saying
second.
I don't want to say he's elite as a pass catching back, and then he was elite in college doing it all. Honestly, I used to cover him back in the day. That's a whole nother story, bro. I covered him in his college days, and that boy would been nice. And he did that in the NFL. Then he bulked up, and then he got strong as heck. And then he got big boyed on him, and then he was even beasting dudes like on some strongman stuff. So I'm just like really wondering like what holes do y'all see in McCaffrey's game? Because I literally can't even think of any. Because he's also great in pass protection.
I'm not saying he has holes in his game, man. Like I'm not necessarily saying that. I do believe, in my opinion, he's 1A and 1B with Derrick Henry right now. Only reason I give the nod to Henry because I feel like Henry's the type that can put a team on his back and take them somewhere and win with them. Now, I haven't seen that same thing out of McCaffrey just yet. I think he's a dog. I think he's a great player. But I saw Derrick Henry make a playoff run with Marcus Mariota. Then the next season I saw him doing with Ryan Tannehill. Neither of these guys are doing that without Derrick Henry, in my opinion. So to me, I mean, and at the end of the day, I do believe Christian McCaffrey is a great player. Don't get me wrong. 99, I hold 99s for the best players in the league. If I'm talking best players in the league, my mind instantly goes to Pat Mahomes, but it doesn't instantly go to Christian McCaffrey, and that's just me.
Hey, G, man, talk to this man, G. I know you got some thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on Dak and Wentz. I want to hear your thoughts on Mahomes. I want to hear your thoughts on the whole Deshaun Watson versus Matt Ryan, and then get to the running backs. Give me your quarterback scoop first.
My quarterback scoop is like it was okay. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. I would have personally put Aaron Rodgers above Tom Brady, but given the fact that this year Tom Brady did it with less weapon and was still consistent enough to go to the playoffs and make a run with that type of team, so I get the stats and why they give him that kind of a rating with Madden. With Deshaun Watson, I think he gets hurt. It's the fact that game against the Chiefs, like it has to bother people who put up stats and statistics together to see that kind of game happens unfold with the second quarter. In the first quarter, you're like up 24 points, and then from there on, you get shut down until I believe like the beginning of the fourth quarter. You don't score another touchdown to a defense that necessarily wasn't ranked top 5 just yet with the Chiefs at the time. I believe they were going into that game top 10, but were in the top 5 defense in the league at that time. So you think about it, like you ranking him, and then you're just like him and Matt Ryan, like, okay. Like, do they show up at the big times? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on where you're talking big times. If it's during the season, yeah, you give it to him. But if it's during playoffs, he's out here looking like Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. Like, I get it. You rank Lamar Jackson that high because the caliber of play that he gave us this year, where he was just like Michael Vick Madden 07.3 going beast mode. Like, I wonder when you play him in this game, how electrifying he's gonna be. Like, shit,
That's crazy. Word.
he's gonna be a quarterback and a running back all in one pocket. Like, shit, I'm playing him in the back.
What you think? What you think about Derrick Henry at 2 overall, McCaffrey 99?
See, I personally, I get it, because McCaffrey was everything in the offense, even with he didn't have his quarterback. He went into the season with the first quarter, I believe, just with Cam Newton before he hurt his foot again, and then it never came back again. And he had, Keenan Allen. He's now a Redskins quarterback. We don't even know if he's gonna take Haskins' job just yet. Maybe. I pray he do, because the man on top, literally the man on top of me, is gonna owe me some petty. But yeah, so it's like, okay, you get that. And with Derrick Henry, it's like Derrick Henry did have a defense throughout the year. He had a legit defense. So as long as the defense gave him enough time to get back on the field, Derrick Henry was the man, but he couldn't just do it by himself. It did show that he needed a quarterback to make the second leap as a running back, to break down that defensive line that either try to stack the box against him. He was the man. The man was literally a man amongst boys. But I am kind of upset, man. They tried to give my boy Saquon Barkley at 81, and then they heard the Masters, and Madden was like, oh, shit, we fucked up. He dropped the ball and gave us a 91 now. I believe my boy should be at least ranked I want to say a 95, but I'm just a homer. I'm just a homer.
Well, you probably won't like this stat, but they got Daniel Jones rated below Haskins too. But I'm a big-time Madden guy, man. If you're out there watching and you was in my dorm when we was at Blue State, I probably took your money in Madden. But I want to give some of my thoughts real quick. Deshaun Watson and Matt Ryan in real life does not make sense. In Madden, it makes all the sense in the world. Because Madden is, one, based on stats, and then there's a bunch of guys that, I don't know. I'm not going to discredit those guys, but you got to think, Matt Ryan, he has a lot of weapons, right? What do you do with a lot of weapons? You want to win. That's inconsistent. But he's put up a lot of numbers, man. The last 2 years, he's put up almost 10,000 yards, over 50 touchdowns, and about 20 interceptions. You can't argue with those numbers. You just can't. And it makes sense in terms of Madden. And if you've ever created a play on Madden, you know that the awareness of the player is kind of what drives that overall a lot of times. And they have Matt Ryan's awareness about 6 or 7 points higher than Deshaun Watson's. I don't think that's fair, but Matt Ryan is a vet that's been to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to argue with that. Not at all. What I'll say about the Derrick Henry, again, it's all about your ratings, your trucking power. And Derrick Henry does a lot of things that a traditional running back does. I think Madden needs to re-weight the running back category, because no one's just running the ball anymore. No one's just pounding the ball anymore. You have to give more weight to a running back that can run routes and catch passes. You just have to. I saw Kamara a little further back than I thought he should have been. Cook a little further back than I thought he should have been. If all you can do is run the ball right now, you don't even fit every offense. Every team doesn't want a Derrick Henry. Maybe Seattle, you got maybe 3 or 4 teams in the league that would want a Derrick Henry. Everybody else is trying to spread you out, man. Everybody else is trying to spread you out.
They don't have a Derrick Henry. Once you get a Derrick Henry, you start running that rock up the middle.
Think about Derrick Henry, bro. Derrick Henry wasn't, man. You talking about Derrick Henry? Y'all gotta go back to you, Bryce. I'm glad we talking about Derrick Henry again, so I can say that.
Talk about Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, bro. He had a really, really good season, bro, and he's had a couple really good seasons. But let's not talk about he's been leading the team to the playoffs every year. This was the first time they actually made a run. So
how many years has Derrick Henry been in the league? How many years has Derrick Henry been in the league?
Huh?
How many years has he been in the league?
It's 4 or 5 years now.
4 years. Hold on, fellas. Before y'all try to discredit the boy, look what he did to I believe the number 1 team in the league in the playoff run. He literally beat the Ravens by himself.
Right, y'all better put some respect on that man's name. Y'all better start recognizing that there's different styles of running back, and don't let this current style of running back that's hot right now cloud you from realizing that the other running backs can be just as good with a different style. Hey, is Jerome Bettis better than Christian McCaffrey? You gonna tell me Christian McCaffrey better than Jerome Bettis?
Right now, in today's NFL, Christian McCaffrey is better than Jerome Bettis.
No. What I'm saying is, as a football player, you start comparing this NFL, then we're getting into the this era, that era talk. What I'm saying is, there's skills that are transcendent.
No, I'm going to say Christian McCaffrey is the better football player. You can ask Christian McCaffrey to do more on the football field. He's more capable. I'm going to run CMC.
He's more versatile. He's definitely a more versatile player.
Doesn't that make him a better football player?
Make him a better player. Just because you can do more things doesn't mean that the best thing that you do, the thing that you're best at, is more critical than winning than the thing that I'm best at. And that's what I think clouds people when they start ranking players and judging players. It's like, oh man, this guy can do this, and that. Well, my guy does this and he gets wins doing it.
Derrick Henry did not win
when he does it.
He didn't win. He didn't win.
He won the Super Bowl. He put the team on his back. It was getting him 200 yards. Come on, man. Y'all saw it.
I don't know, bro. You can't. You gotta put respect. Like I said, bro. He beat the Ravens by himself, bro.
No,
look back at that
defense,
game.
Ravens beat the Ravens by themselves.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, the defense, and the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't do it by himself.
That's a fact. We're not taking it away. It's a team sport, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to give people with props for their contributions. And I'm not gonna look, like I said, I believe that Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey are 1A and 1B. How you want to rank them is subjective, in my opinion. To me, right now, I just love what Derrick Henry brings. Another thing you got to think about is football is a game of will. It's past your skills. If I got a guy that's running into your line, your D line every time, he's breaking their will. So by the fourth quarter, everything that I do works. Don't take away from what that means to a football team. And what I'm saying is there's so many different factors that goes in when I'm thinking about who the best player is. I'm not just thinking about how many things a guy can do.
Well, you also got to think about the way the game is played. So if you think about Derrick Henry, you got to think about a guy that's going to be very, very good for you on first down, second down, but third down, you may have to sub him out of the field in some situations, or you may have to stretch him out. But Christian McCaffrey is literally a third. He's literally not even just a three down back. He's a 4 down back. He literally does special teams, and he's elite. He was an elite special teams player. Like, I think they probably just don't put him on special teams because they're trying to protect the dude now. But if they really needed the game, and Christian McCaffrey was down there for the punt, like, you know, he can change the game in that facet.
Don't be a prisoner of the moment. We saw Derrick Henry get hot late in the season and turn it up. First 8 games of the season, my guy didn't even have 600 yards. First 8 games.
He's done what you just described. He's done that twice now. 2 years back to back. He's now proven that
he's a rushing king.
He's now proven that this is what he does. But you know why he does that? Because in the second half of the season, all them little guys, all them weak dudes, they tired. They don't want to hit that big boy. It's different when it's 6'3", 250 coming at you with 8 games left in the season than the first 8 games. And this is what I'm saying. These are factors that y'all are not taking into account when you're ranking how good guys are. But these things matter in a football season.
No, they matter in Madden. As a Madden player, if you got a running back like Derrick Henry, you don't even got to throw the ball, man. The elite guys, the guy that just won the championship overall, man. He ran the ball every single play. So
and that's what they used to do back in the day. And football, eventually, mark my words, guys, everything goes in a cycle. Football will get back to that. It's only going to take one team to bring back that wishbone, and everybody going to be like, oh my, it almost happened in 2012 with RG3. And it's about to happen. It could happen again with Lamar Jackson and them boys. It only takes one team to change trends, because that's how trends get made.
I got a question. Who was the Russian king this year? Who was the Russian leader?
Wasn't it Henry?
Henry.
There you go.
Yeah, Henry? Bro, that's just one way to impact the game, bro. McCaffrey, shout out to Ron.
McCaffrey's a dog, man.
Who was the all-pro?
He's a dog.
And he had 1,000 yards receiving, damn near. Come on, bro.
I mean, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Henry can't be 99. Because that 99 overall is based on the how you slide the attributes. His route running is going to suffer. His catching is going to suffer. So even if he's the better running back, like you said, it's different styles of running back. Even if he's the better guy to hand the ball off through the tackles, his Madden rating isn't going to be higher than Christian McCaffrey's. Probably never.
No, I agree. And you know what? I don't think D. Henry deserves a 99. And if we're talking Madden, I will say I think Christian McCaffrey deserves to be a few points higher than Derrick Henry. But guess what? McCaffrey ain't no 99, bro. 99 means that you can't touch me. 99 means when I get the rock, you can't touch me. And I love McCaffrey. I think he's on a GOAT trajectory. I think one day if he continues going up, we might look back and say that was the best running back of all time. But right now, in this present moment where I think he's at, ain't no 99. I think he can get to a 99, but he ain't no 99. He ain't no 99. I mean, he can't get no better? You telling me he can't get no better? That's what they telling me. You're 99. You can't get no better.
I don't. Honestly, if you get better, it's just because he got wiser. I don't see him getting no better.
He's not getting better because he got paid.
His stats last year were ridiculous.
He's not getting better because he got paid. Because the guy I am is going to be a lot different from the $60 million guy. You know what I'm saying? $100 million guy.
That's a good point, bro. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Your hunger is not the same.
I ain't see Le'Veon Bell in any of these rankings. That's all I know.
For a good reason.
You know what I say though? Hey, T, I think you bring up a good point. The hunger's not the same unless you a true GOAT. The true GOAT ain't playing for the bread. You know what I'm saying? If he's the true GOAT, it ain't gonna matter. You bring up a great point, man. That check changed a lot.
Shit, fuck that.
What you think? What you think, G, man? G, what you think about McCaffrey, man?
He's the truth. He's a dog, but my personally favorite guy, man, I'm gonna be biased all day, every day, man. Saquon Barkley, the guy I dedicate a day to the gym when the gym was over. Leg days, baby. Saquon is a better receiver this year. He's gonna prove it. This year, at the end of the year, Madden, they're gonna give my boy the 99 record. This year, he's gonna be the reason why Bryce don't even turn on to see the football games no more. Why Nick only watches games like this because he's gonna be like, God damn, look at him run that ball.
Wait.
Saquon.
Hey, Scrub, do you smell that, man? I smell a little homerism. Over here, man.
All day, baby.
Yeah, I smell it. Hey, look. Speaking of me smelling a little homerism, we got a super random topic for y'all people tonight. And I hope y'all like it, man. We're doing the top 5. We're bringing back the top 5 segment. If you don't know about it, it's when one of the panel members gives their top 5 of any random subject or topic we decide for the night. And tonight, we got the most random of them all. Tonight is the top 5 most satisfying smells or scents. Oh, man, we about to get into it. It's about to get weird. Hey, you already know hey, T Boogie, I'm throwing it to you, man.
Man,
top
this is what happens.
Smells or scents. Let's start with 5, build all the way up to 1. Let's get it.
I mean, this is what happens when we don't have sports, man. You know what I'm saying? My top 5 is 1 through 5, all my wife. Nah, let me go. Look, all right, I got real this week. All right. I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me. Y'all might call me weird. You might call me a crackhead or something, but I got 5 smells. All right. So number 5 for me, gasoline. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one, man, but you know, it's
petroleum smell.
Yeah, I guess. That was a little nasty there. I'm just talking about cars, bro. But yeah, the gasoline. All right, so number 4, I got fresh cut grass, man. It's nothing like going outside in the morning, man. Morning dew, you know what I'm saying? Mist all in the grass, fresh cut grass. I think somebody out there might agree with me. Number 3, Bryce, I think you might agree with me with this one, man. Chlorine, bro. The pool is nothing like walking. Man, it bring back all your memories as a kid, man. It's nothing like going to the pool. All right. Number 2.
Pee water?
I mean, you don't gotta do that. Something you know.
It happens, bro. You're in the water. So that's the only thing I remember about chlorine water. You never know who's fucking peeing in the pool.
I hold my breath. I mean, if you want to get in there and swallow, hey, be my guest.
That's what she said.
2020, man. It's a kind of gentler world, man.
Oh my god.
All right, so my number 2, I'm a sneakerhead, so that new shoe smell, man. Like, you can't get that back. Every time you gotta take a whiff. Yeah, fresh. All right, my number 1 is because no matter how I feel, man, this one makes me feel the same way every single time, no matter where I'm at. The blend of cinnamon and sugar, man. If you ever been to an airport, if you ever walked through the mall, the Cinnabon, the Auntie Anne's, man, you walk past that, man, your head automatically turn. Even if you don't got the money, you thinking, man, like, how can I make this work, man? You might have just ate, but I'm gonna take these home for later. So that's my that's my number 1.
Hey,
that's sugar, man.
You killed it with that number one, man. Because it ain't a soul walking this planet that ain't smelled that Cinnabon in the mall and wanted to stop. Matter of fact, T, you know this. We got a mall out here around the way. That mall is alive simply based off snickerdoodle sales. That's a cinnamon sugar cookie if you don't know.
Yep.
Oh, hey, man. Scruff Lion. Let's do the top 5, baby.
All right. I'm gonna start with my number 5. I'm gonna go with oranges. Feel me? Oranges smell fresh ass smell. Oranges, lemons, the citrus plants. You feel me? All citrus plants. You can cover all grounds with that. All right. Should just be smelling clean, bro. Like cleaning products all be smelling like that, and it should be smelling clean. So that's a good one. All right. So number 4, I'm gonna go with fresh brewed coffee. Feel me? Morning, real good coffee. Sometimes, honestly, I was driving the other day and I was just driving through somewhere. They must have had some real good coffee brewing somewhere. Oh man, I could smell it like just driving through. It was like 8:00, maybe want coffee. This smelled great. So I'll throw coffee out there. Number 4. Number 3, that new car smell. You feel me? That good old new car smell. Just got that fresh, clean, new car smell. Can't mess with it. It's like the new sneaker smell.
Yeah,
but
can't get it back.
Yeah, you can't get it back. It lasts for like, maybe like a month, 2 months if you're lucky. We'll see. Number 2, I'm gonna go with marijuana. Number 2.
I'm gonna go with I like the pause.
Toss up.
I like the dramatic pause.
Toss up. It almost got number 1. It was in my heart at number 1. But I decided to go with marijuana at number 2. Whether it's dry or burnt, it smells great either fucking way. All types of flavors, all the different varieties, and all the different types of smells that come along with it. Definitely a great smell. I always smell it when I'm walking in the streets, and I know right away what it is. And I just look around, and if I see somebody and I give them that look, they give me that look, and they be like, they know what time it is. All right, number 1 smell, and it's crazy. So this is my number 1 smell. It's gonna say it's super random, probably, but I don't know if any of y'all even have smelled this. But if you have, then you know it smells super good. Eucalyptus smells super good. You feel me? I don't know if y'all know. Y'all trying to get right super fresh. I don't have this joint in my shower, but it's this type of joint. If y'all seen the people that be hanging them joints in the shower, it be helping, with the air quality and stuff. But yeah, eucalyptus smells like just like a fresh like rainforest or something. Like it's just like and it smells like laundry in a way too. It's got like a lavender kind of smell, just something different altogether. So if y'all don't know what eucalyptus smell like, I encourage y'all go ahead and buy some.
All right. Scrub putting us on to the new scents. We all gonna have to try it out. I do know what eucalyptus smells like. Definitely a good aroma. Hey, DeMelo Ragu, it is on you. Top 5. Let's get
my top 5. My first one, right, is the smell of a fresh ball. Like a football or basketball, a fresh basketball. The smell of a fresh basketball or a fucking football. That one left. Let me edit myself. A fresh smelling football or basketball. Let me go into my 4th one. Nail polish remover. I love smelling nail polish remover.
That's a good one. Hey, that's a good one right there.
Like, I love to smell that. That's a sleeper for you fellas.
That's a sleep. What is that? Acetone or something?
I think so. I think it's some kind of acetone. And then my 3rd one will be, you said it earlier, T. Smell of a fresh new pair of sneakers.
Yes, sir.
You can't, that fresh smell, man. You even turn yourself into Fat Jones, lick the bottom of the sole. A fresh pair. Especially, but I don't know, up here and up north, further north, fresh pair uptown. You lick the bottom of yourself because you ain't wear it yet, and you smell the inside real quick. And then my 2nd one will be wax floor. I don't know about you guys, when they just finished polishing and waxing the floor. Because I used to do that. I had like a little side job like that back in my younger self. Like I used to love the smell. After you done finished waxing the floor, it smells. I don't know. For me, does it for me? And my last and final one, it was Nick's second, but I have a particular one that I love to smell. The smell of some sourdough, some New York sour. Oh, nothing like having some sour. You had that sour. Fuck all that cuss shit, all that rapper weed shit. Oh my god, when I had some New York sour, when an eighth used to be $60, a bag used to be 0.6. If the plug loved you, but sour, brings me back to my youth.
Oh man,
it was a grimy era. That's why I love sour. You just was a grimy dude smoking sour. All it took is one blunt. You and your homies, you was good for like the whole day. If you rolled another one, you passed out on somebody's block, somebody's couch. But the New York sour. You see how I emphasize sour? I love that shit.
Hey, G, that's a pretty good list, man. And I don't know if anyone can argue with any of those selections. So let me jump into it, man. Top 5. Number 5. And I think all the fellas will agree with me on this one. But freshly shampooed shorties, man. You know when your shorty just got out, she done twisted her hair up, she done put all the hair milk and the
leave-in conditioner
and whatever else they be putting in, and that thing be smelling like God. You be like, what is that? What is that? Yeah, so that's number 5. Number 4. Hey man, you guys was hinting at it. That new car smell, you can't beat it. And I got to trigger the trade, man. If you've had your car and it's no longer a new car, but you're still looking for that new car smell, pop the trunk, stick your head in there. You're going to get some new car smell.
Bryce, you know how to hide a body?
Pop the trunk, stick the head. All right, man.
I'm just saying, if you want to steal that new car smell again, man, it's a good scent. Number 3, sticking with the car, man. All the real ones can relate. What you do in your car when the new car smell fade away? You go and cop you a black ice.
The black ice.
You gotta cop you a black ice. If you don't get it, man, I got one in my car right now. I know that.
Hey,
I gotta get
Joe Biden said you're not black if you never had black ice.
And that's only right there. That's the only correct thing he said this far. Hey, number two. All right, this is where I get a little weird. Only because I don't got one of these. But number 2 favorite smell is babies. Have you ever smelled a baby?
Right,
hey man, I be having a baby. I be having my little nieces and nephews, my little cousins like this. Always hit. Hey, that baby smell good, boy. I don't care what nobody say. That baby smell good, boy.
I know about some Johnson & Johnson, man.
Hey, man, I don't got none, but I know it smell good. Hey. So, my number one.
You're right. I ain't never met nobody baby stink. You're right. You
got stinky baby. You just failed as a parent in the day. I'm sorry. You failed. That's on you. Number 1, I think all the fellas will relate to this, and honestly, I'm surprised it didn't come up. It's coming to my palate right now. That fresh grill smell from a real grill master, man. The glizzies, the burgers. Oh man, I can smell it. The barbecue chicken.
Hey, yo, Bryce is a glizzy gobbler.
Hey,
go.
Watch him out, sir. But hey, never forget, man. Everybody out here running around saying glizzy. That was originated right here in the DMV. If you ain't from the DMV, you really shouldn't be saying glizzy. I don't know how you found out about it. We don't get our credit, so I gotta give us our flowers. But yeah, man, that grill smell. Hey, look, I walked outside of my my building the other day, and we got community grills for everybody to use, man. I smelled it. I looked down over the balcony. They was down there grilling them up. They had some chicken. Bro, I had to ask, hey, can I get a piece of chicken? Sure enough, man, the neighbors looked out for the kid, man. Let me get some grilled chicken, man. That's what grilling is all about, man. You share the smells, you got to share the food.
Right on.
Yeah, Bryce, just right before you switch the comment, right? I love you, number 5, right? But for all the ladies, please don't put none of that pink smell. You know that little Victoria's Secret spray? Yo, I hate when y'all do that shit. I already know what type of time y'all running on, but ain't no need for that shit, man. I hate that smell. I hate that Victoria's Secret little spray, that pink bullshit.
Yeah, nah, you bring up a good point, bro. You bring up a good point. It seems like for a minute, everybody had that. All the ladies had that. That was a go-to, man. I think that was just the freshen up spray right there. That was like their deodorant.
The Axe body spray for the ladies.
Hey, look, y'all tripping, man. As long as they smell like something good, I don't care what it is. Japanese cherry blossom, all that. Like,
Oh my
give
god.
me all that.
Hey, yo, listen, man. I have no problem, ladies. Learn how to pick some good perfume.
We got a name
Not the
already.
Victoria's Secret one.
The nasty love spell.
Here we go. Appreciate that, Cash. The love spell. Gerardo said he loved the love spell.
Yes,
grew up
yes,
with
I
that.
love it. But not that one.
Well, you was raised on that.
Sliding for all those DMs. Hold on, let me give y'all that.
Stay
That's
true to yourself.
Not it, bro.
Hey, listen, ladies. I'll buy y'all that Chanel one. As long as y'all don't come around with that stupid ass Victoria's Secret one, man.
That love spell made him a man.
He said,
Factual.
Love spell turned a
That
man
love
into
spell put some hair on his chest.
That's why they call me Papi.
Oh man. Hey, well, looks like we're getting to the end of another lit episode, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that top 5 because look, we pulled that one out of our hats. We're gonna start getting a little more random with it. It can't be sports all the time, even when the sports come back. We gotta keep it different. We gotta keep it fresh. So hey, I appreciate y'all fellas for engaging in that slightly weird conversation, man. So hey, Scrub, tell everybody where they can see some more gas sports for the culture content if they so choose.
all right, first and foremost, y'all need to go ahead and download the Gas Sports Network app. That's available on all platforms. We got live streams coming. For those of y'all that aren't on the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube, Gas Sports Network on YouTube. Subscribe to it. For those that were subscribed, y'all caught a little treat this Saturday, a little live sports action. You feel me? With some of our affiliates. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all didn't, there's more coming. So make sure y'all stay tuned. And, Instagram, Twitter, at Good Ass Sports. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all catch us here, 10:30. We get live and direct. You feel me? Gas presents Sports for the Culture. Y'all know what time it is, baby. Sports for the Culture.
Sports for the culture.
Deportes para la cultura.